Hey everyone, Robert Turley here with SmashBully.com, and we are back for video number 2 leading up to the launch of our SmashBully.com self-defense library website 1 week from today. And this time we're videoing from one of my favorite places, and that's my martial arts school. If you notice the wolf on the wall, it's one of my favorite animals, but also consider our team here part of a pack that's always protecting each other and learning how to defend themselves against any type of situations. And I want to thank all of you for your comments and emails telling me your stories and your past bullying situations or domestic violence situation, and some of you even mentioned current bullying situations, which I'm really looking forward to helping you overcome them. I completely relate to how you felt at the time and how it affects you to this day, and your stories are more fuel for me to continue on this journey to help as many as I can with current or future bullying problems. See, bullying is going to be around forever, but it doesn't mean that we can't prepare ourselves to stop it when it starts. Now, in my case, when I was in 5th grade, my bullying situation lasted a whole school year. But with my students here at my school, it ends when it starts, and that's the key. In my first video, I explained my story, and I thought it would closely resemble something that you could relate to. And knowing that we have to take the initiative to learn how to protect ourselves, teach our kids to do the same, and not rely on schools or others to handle it for us. See, taking multiple trips to visit school principals and guidance counselors, listen, it doesn't always work. But teaching your kids to send a clear statement to that bully that they will not tolerate being picked on can be an empowering feeling for a young kid. I honestly wish I knew then what I know now, and what a difference in my life that would have made. Now, I also mentioned in my first video, a turning point in my life, and that was when I was invited to watch my first martial art class. See, back in 1982, I just graduated high school, and a good friend of mine knocked on my door and invited me to his karate class. I told him no, and closed my door, and he knocks again, and invited me again, and I told him no again. But he knocked a third time, and then I agreed to go watch his karate class, and I'm never going to forget this day. I remember sitting in the only chair in this whole martial arts school. Now, we're going back a lot of years, and martial arts schools are a lot different back then than they are now. Sitting in the only chair, and next to me were 2 students training, and there was an older student and a younger student. I think the older student was about 16, younger one was about 11, and that older student hit that younger student, and he dropped down to the ground. But it wasn't that hit that got my attention. It was that a younger kid jumped back up and kept going. And I knew if I could bounce back just like that younger kid did, that I'd be able to defend myself against any bullying. Now, what that younger karate student had that I didn't was empowerment through training that only happens by having a solid training program that works. And this is what SmashBully.com has done for you. Now, I mentioned in the first video that I wanted to talk about one of the most important aspects of beginning to understand protecting yourself. And that aspect is very, very simple, but very powerful, and that is having a very strong voice. Now, with all of my students, I compare it to a dog that you might encounter. Now, if that dog is panting and wagging its tail, like this dog, you might pet that dog because you feel no fear. But if that dog growls and shows its teeth, like this dog, you will back away from that dog for fear of getting bit. Now, when encountering a bully, using a strong voice can do a couple of things. One, it can send a clear message to that bully that you are not as weak as they think you are. It also is a way to draw attention from a teacher or a parent to help the situation before it escalates. Now, based on over 30 years of training and competing in the martial arts, I realized it doesn't matter how scared you are on the inside, it just matters how you look on the outside. And taking that first step to learning how to protect yourself is not always easy. But we have made it very easy for you. We have designed a way to bring my martial arts classes into your home. And we're going to talk more about that in our next video. Okay, comment below about any situations or times where you had this idea run through your head that if I was in this situation, would I know what to do? In my next video, I'll go ahead and answer some of those questions, and I will also explain why I never told anyone about my abuse and bullying until I was in my 40s. and why it is so important to be able to talk to your kids and teenagers about this. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a little secret ninja technique in how to talk to your kids about bullying. So look forward to seeing you in our next video. We'll have it out in a couple days.